Hello, Curtis. Curtis Augustine. Currently, I prefer traditional, but I also like digital. Digital is fun on its own. One fit? Are you saying one fit as in I can't buy new clothes of the same kind? So even if the clothes wears out, even if my clothes wear out, I can't buy another of the same kind. Is that the question? If I have a multiple of those, then I don't mind wearing the same thing. But if I have only one, and when it wears out, and I have to still wear that, then I think I'll probably choose toilet water, because I can't. I don't know if I. Yeah, I don't know if the clothes will last a long time if I keep wearing it. It's gonna wear out. But if I have multiple of those, then I don't mind. I actually don't like to choose my outfit. It's such a hassle. Yeah, if the multiple is fine, then yeah, one outfit is fine. drinking different kinds of. Did I study anatomy? I'm still studying it. This is all my studies. I'm just applying my knowledge into these sketches. Yes, if you want to be, I think it depends on the kind of art you're pursuing. Let's say if you want to do environment art, um, anatomy is not as important because you're pretty much just drawing the buildings and plants and all that. But knowing the theory enough, because I heard environment is pretty much same as designing characters. So if you know the theory, then it'll be helpful in your designing process. But actual drawing of anatomy won't be necessary because you're drawing environments. But if you're doing character design, yeah, you need to study anatomy, so the proportion and all that has to be normal. You can't personally, I don't think you can't how do you say, you can't, if you don't know how human body looks like, how are you gonna draw human? I I think that means you just need more practice. I don't know what you're trying to do with anatomy or what stage you're at, but it's a long process, and even if you get good at it, you have to keep practicing. Otherwise, it will it'll go out of whack. You always need to. It's like maintaining your musical instrument. You always have to have it maintained so it makes the correct sound. Eventually, as time goes by, it'll whether you use it or not, the instrument needs tuning, and studying and applying anatomy is the same thing. You will have to keep on practicing and apply what you know in order to keep it up to date. Just because you studied anatomy for like 3 years, it won't it won't stay with you unless you keep studying and applying it and practicing it. When you study more and more, there's more things you'll notice. There's more things you're gonna see and realize. So you always have to practice. Even Kim Jong-gi studies anatomy all the time. So yeah, I think what you need is more practice. You need to get comfortable with your lines and your understanding of the form. But I haven't seen your drawing, so I can't really say. with certainty. I'm just assuming. I actually was gonna do a anatomy study, but today I'm just doing a quick sketch. Yeah, I love Zinchin. Zinchin? I don't know if it. Um, I don't know his gender, or I don't know if it's a he or she, but Zin is really, really good. If you wanna be like Zinchin, you have to really study anatomies. It's incredible. The amount of knowledge you need to do that. Especially the forms are amazing. It's so good. I think it's a he. Something about that. No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't assume. I could be wrong, but I think it's a he. From what I can tell, the aesthetics seems like a guy's kind of aesthetics, but who knows? Oh, he's a guy. Okay. Okay. Doesn't matter. It's just good. Who cares if it's a girl or a guy? It's good. Krantz? Yeah. Krantz is also good. Love his perspective. His colors, his anatomy, it's all good. Is it? Thank you. I appreciate that. Gesture drawing? Gesture drawing. Hi, meet. Um, Sometimes when I'm really out of time, but I want to quickly put down ideas, I do gesture drawing. But my gesture drawing wouldn't is probably not the kind you see at our schools. It's a little bit looser sketch of the regular sketches I do, like no, that's not. Something like this. Something like these. Recently I did one that's probably a, oh, maybe it's not here. Like this. Here's one. Like these. What else? Like these. These are my gesture drawings. I don't want to just do gesture. I want to play around with ideas as well. So usually, yeah, this is my kind of gesture drawing right here. It's like the in the beginning, just gesture drawing itself is good enough, I think. These are all my own personal personal opinions, so you don't have to follow it. But at some point you don't have enough time to study everything one by one. You can't study like just character sketch. Maybe if you don't have time and you need to put down ideas, maybe this works, but eventually you will want to do something like this and then even go further like crayons or zine, because yeah, you just don't have enough time to just do gesture and then do this anatomy separately and then what props separately. If you're a student, I think it's a really good way to study, but eventually you wanna apply what you know. You can't just do gesture and then go straight to design. You have to practice those designs using anatomy and gesture and prop design and environment. I think that's the ultimate goal. But you don't have to agree with me. It's just my personal opinion. I just don't have time these days just to do gesture. And who do I study? For what? Who do I study? Who do I study to make detailed things? Um, anyone. Anyone. Everybody has their own style and taste. So I try to see if it's something it resonates with me, and then if it's something I could apply to my own drawing. I don't have any specific. I mean, obviously Kim Jung-gi, Katsuya Terada, Otomo Katsuhiro, and who else? Who else is there? Kranz, Zine. They're all different, but they all have their way of detailing things, and I like them all. So I try to study it as much as I can. Yeah, Kim Jung-gi is good. Kim Jung-gi is that's it's like a given nowadays. I try to. I've learned a lot from him. I wasn't a official student or anything, but just watching him draw and talking with him. Yeah, I think nowadays having a video is a very good way of critiquing yourself. If you have time, you should definitely make a video of your drawing, see how you draw. And s- this isn't something I do, so I can't really give you an advice, but I think it's a good idea. I should do the same, but I wish I had enough time to do everything. I wish. I wish. I wish. I wish. Yeah. Um, to be honest, I wish I could look at your drawing, but I don't know if I can give you proper feedback because yeah, you can try. I could try, but you might not like my advice, and my advice might not be right for you. So think carefully before you ask. If you really think my way of thinking, my way of drawing is going to help you, then yes, I will try my best to give you advice. But if isn't the if this isn't the style or the way you want to draw, then you have to find someone who is. I'm just letting you know. I don't want to be rude, or I don't want to be, yeah. Oh, oops, wrong angle, wrong angle. Oops, it gets confusing. How long? Um, Nowadays, maybe 2 hours at most. When I was in the U.S. or when I had more time, I would draw all day. There would be times when I would draw 8, 10 hours just drawing. But nowadays, if I can get 2 hours, that's awesome. But maybe 40 minutes to 1 hour is on average. 40 minutes like sketching like these, just roughly put down ideas and details, and then eventually spend more time when I have the time to put down more solid ideas using different colors. That's why I started using red pen and blue ink, red and blue pen mixing with black ink, blah blah blah. Because I tend to forget what I was trying to draw. So what else is there? there was this one. What should I draw next? That's another thing. I lose interest quickly, so I jump back and forth in between. Let's see if there's something I want to draw. It looks like it from far away, but when you look at it closely, it's just really messy lines. I used to think like that too with other people, but as you get better, you'll see um, you will be able to see more. Like, why the reason why I say this is because um, now I'm seeing more of my errors now that I got a little bit better than before. I some details I still don't see. I see it way later. So at current level, yeah, you may think like that because your level is not at the same level as mine. But as you get better, you'll see what kind of mistakes I'm making because you're getting better. And that's where you want to get to. I'm very humble that you I appreciate your compliment, but you should get better enough to see my errors. How many years? Um, just if you put it into time, I started way back when I was 12, maybe when I was even younger, but I started to draw seriously around, when was it? 2013, 2012, when I met Kim Jong-gi. Kim Jong-gi was Seeing him draw online is pretty amazing, but watching him live is a whole different thing. It's just mind blowing. There's very something very different about seeing it live, or at least to me, it was very insightful. Um, Gave me a lot of ideas, or yeah, insights. Gave me a lot of insights. It's made me realize a lot of things. Still does. I still have ways to go. Hey Peanut, long time no see. Thanks for thanks for still wanting to watch my stream. I appreciate it. Hey Talik, good to see you. Nice to meet you. Don't feel bad. My English isn't good either. I for for how long, how many years I've lived in the U.S., my English is still terrible because I haven't used it. Just keep on practicing, and you'll get better. Yeah, I guess practice with intent. Intent makes you better, helps you get better. Have a good night, meet. Who was it? This Josh Howe? Josh Howe? Yeah, this is. You're seeing my gesture drawing right now. I'm practicing gesture and anatomy at the same time. And then on top of this, I'll practice designing. This is a more. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, of course. You're much smarter than when you were 3 or 4, and you know more. That's why you're seeing more, and you always want to get better like that. Sometimes, sometimes at the same time, um, I usually start with a gesture but then when I see a posture, I start thinking about um, what kind of posture it is. So for now, for like this, I started at this part without really thinking much. But as I'm drawing her posture, thinking the gesture, I was thinking about something like, I had no idea when I was drawing the head part, but when I started drawing her neck and the collarbone, I started thinking about this kind of gesture. And then when I saw her shoulders, something like this, I was thinking something like this, and now I'm expanding it to the leg portion to balance out. Don't rush. Just enjoy it. Um, Eventually you'll get there. Just do as best as you can with the given time, and I think you'll eventually get there without really you having to think about it. If you have like a if you're running a marathon and you're just thinking about the goal, and you have to think about running those, was it 26 miles? It's it's gonna be very, very depressing. Just enjoy it. Just do your best, and you'll finish it. Oh, sorry about the angle. It's very terrible. What body part? Every part. Um, Female figures were something I had trouble the most. So I think that's why I keep drawing female figures. Plus, uh, I like girls. Yeah. But yeah, everywhere. Like the legs, the pelvis, the collarbone. It was all difficult. But like nowadays I try not to stress myself about it. I just try to do what I can at the moment and then move on. What do you mean what work I'm gonna do? Mm, Can you elaborate? I don't understand what you mean. Oh, I have to do a freelance work that I received. I I'm trying to. I have a freelance work. I'm trying to get my brains going. So I'm giving myself about an hour of drawing, and then start work. It's been 46 minutes, so we have maybe 15 minutes left for the stream. So if you have anything else that you want to learn or know from me, know about me, something that you guys want me to tell you, now is the time. Or forever hold your peace. Forever. For these kind of gesture drawing, Have I always drawn with pen? No, I started drawing with pen a lot more after I met Kim Jung-gi. I think that was about, yeah, 2013, 2012. It was before the 2013 sketchbook was released. So, yeah, I think it was 2012. It's not, and part of the reason was because I hate erasing. I I do like pencil sketch, but it gets smeared a lot, and then after I draw, I have to erase the pencils, and I always wanted to make it perfect. But at my level, I can't make it perfect, no matter how much I try. So I just, and because I don't have enough time, so I just started with drawing pen a lot more. If I had the time, drawing with pencil and then inking it would be more ideal. Because you could practice sketching and inking on top of gesture and all that good stuff. I try to make it like that. You definitely need to look at reference, but I try to make it time to time. And also, it's because I don't have enough time to look at photos and then draw and all that. It's not a good excuse, but um, it's a good excuse for me because I want to practice. I don't want to. If I keep looking at photos, I just tend to rely on it, and it gets in the way of my whatever creativity I have. So I look at photos and study what's going on with the body, and then I try to apply it apply it to my drawing. But I look at photo reference all the time. Before I used to try to memorize it, but now I just try to see, I try to understand what's going on with the body at certain kind of posture, and then see if I can remember it. No, I was learning piano when I was young, but I really hated it. I slacked off a lot, and I regret it now. I wish I had learned it a little bit more seriously. But at the time, I didn't like it. But nowadays, I really enjoy it. Enjoy musical instruments, although I can't play them. If I have the chance, I would like to learn it. Mhm. I think it's the because Korean parents, they older generations, they grew up poor, and they don't want their kids to be like them, and they put that kind of that the things they wanted for themselves that they couldn't achieve to the kids. That's why um, many kids are learning, like studying hard because their parents used to, um, the older generations at least, they were kind of forced to become doctors and lawyers and prosecutors or judge, all those good, um, careers with class. uh, I can't remember the certain that exact term, but um, they wanted their kids to have some kind of, authoritative work jobs, I think, so they don't get, people don't look down on them. I I think that's what was happening with the Korean parents. Any Asian parents, I think they have, I think it's like they're complex. They don't want people to look down on them. So look down on their kids at least. That was my understanding. It's understandable, but nowadays you don't really have to. Mm, yeah, there are people like that. It's and it's not just, well, if you were listening carefully, he used to hit his students. He tells you guys all the time. It wasn't a joke. You guys think, you guys might think it was a joke, but it's he really used to hit his students, but not, probably not because of anger. It's just to it's just the way of discipline at that time. That's what he was used to, and probably, yeah. But Bobby Lee's, teacher doesn't. Probably the intent was a little bit different than Kim Jong-gi. Everybody's intent is very different. It, it sounds like the same kind of discipline, but you know when you get hit whether they have, bad intent or if it's out of love. And some people put out their anger on their students, and that's the kind of discipline that's bad. I don't know if I agree with you exactly. We could agree to disagree on that topic. Everybody's different. You can't. They didn't know that back in the days that one out of maybe 100 students they face are talented, and they used to. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's say, Bobby Lee's teacher was slamming piano lids on every student. He had, he or she had 100 students, and out of those 100 students, one really made it big. Then the teacher would obviously think, oh, this method works because look at this guy or this girl did really well because I taught them. only the people who have the ability knows how to get there at the end of the day. Once again, we can agree to disagree. Mm, if only talented people are allowed to be successful, that means nobody but Kim Jong-gi can draw. But then again, there are many different areas of art. So who could say? Who could say? At least that's what I think. I mean, the rest of us has to still live and do the things we enjoy. Just because Kim Jong-gi draws really well doesn't mean I should give up on drawing. I could still enjoy drawing, and yeah, I think it's just a race or fight with yourself. It's always has been. You shouldn't be comparing yourself with others, but only with yourself. Compare with yourself from yesterday or 1 month ago. If you could get better than who you were before, I think that's a very successful life. No, yeah, but I didn't misunderstand. But once again, we could agree to disagree on that subject because everybody has a different way of learning. Kim Jong-gi didn't get good because he got hit. He was just good from the start. He just happened to have a teacher who disciplined him in certain ways, and he didn't really have any like bad feeling towards the teacher, you know. But some people get angry, and yeah. But there's yeah, exactly. You're right. You are right, my friend. I think there was a reason why. There's a reason for it. We may not understand. He may not understand, but what he experienced eventually made him who he is today. So say what? Things we think are not related to art affects one's life and models them in such a way that helps them in their skills. Things we are not related to, we think are not related to affects one's life. Yeah, everybody's life is different. Exactly. Exactly my point, my friend. Everyone's different. You say tomato, I say tomato. You say hey, I say ho. Hey, hey, ho, hey. What else? Um, I think I'm starting to run out of ideas. You know, you could do that right now. Maybe you could work at a morgue for a bit, really study anatomy that way. Why wait when you can do it now? I say it jokingly, but seeing it in real life and touching the texture and the form is gonna help you a lot more. Oh, nice. I used to want to learn guitar until I took an arrow to my knee. I heard at the railroads there's a lot of courses that are dismembered. I don't know if it's necessary for you to cut them up into pieces just to study anatomy, unless that's the genre of art you're going for. Like the art anatomy isn't as in depth as medical anatomy. For instance, we don't even know what's going on inside the muscles. Inside the muscles, there are another kind of muscles, but we don't know anything about it. We just have a very rough idea, but we don't really need to know that much detail. That kind of needs, it's very very few. You just want to cut them up into pieces for no reason? Interesting. Curiouser and curiouser, my friend. You have a very, very strange taste. I'm not sure if I want to meet you in person. Blender. Yeah, I want to try Blender. A lot of people have been using Blender and they look pretty awesome. I bought Quest 2 from Oculus, but it's in the US. I want to try it. That's another thing. I used to not really like 3D, but now I think about it, it's very, very useful. I should have learned it more seriously. I was too much into one thing, and it's come back to bite me in the ass. Yes, exactly. Exactly. If it suits your need, yeah, go for it. I mean, who's to stop you? I didn't realize this until recently, but talking with you guys, the viewers, is very interesting, very fun, insightful. So thank you guys for watching. I understand why people want to do like YouTube and all that stuff. Very educational. That's good. If you can teach yourself. Thanks for thinking like that. If you can teach yourself new things, I think that's like the best thing you could do for yourself. It's like the best investment. Okay. 말이 안 되는구나. This grip doesn't work. Yeah, I think starting lightly without giving yourself too much pressure is the best way to get better. if don't give yourself too much expectation. Just do it for the fun. Yeah, you just need to learn enough to operate those programs, right? And then when you need it, you could just search it again and again. So start small. I think that's the best way. Start small. I should note. Note to myself. Dang, it's been over an hour already, so gotta get back to working. Thank you all for watching. It's been fun. Let's do this again. Hopefully sooner than later. Hopefully sooner than later. Yeah, hopefully. Can't promise. But see you again soon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and don't cause too much trouble. Don't do drugs. Go to school. See you later. 안녕. 안녕. Can I type? 안녕. Yes. Exactly. All right. See you guys. Bye.